Varsity Sports Bar and Grill. It is another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Carroll, ready to enjoy a frosty Miller Lite.
Also brought to you by Anheuser-Busch and Bev.
Not really. Don't cancel us yet.
I know they're all owned by the same company.
Yeah.
And we'll have to work that out later. But for now,
You're killing that boycott, Dan.
I am. I'm not calling for anyone to boycott anything. I'm just saying it's your own personal choice.
Surely is.
But here we are. It's a big time for us because tomorrow, Jason gets on that big bird and he flies to Clayton, North Carolina. Or actually,
we fly
Raleigh, and then the short drive to Clayton
via Raleigh.
So that'll be cool.
Is it Raleigh or Raleigh, and is it via or via?
I think it's via. I just said via.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just asking.
No, I think you're correct.
It's like potato.
Raleigh. I'm not positive. I don't know that answer.
We'll have to figure that out when we get down there. Ask some Rallians.
We'll ask the locals.
Yeah, Claytonians. A couple Claytonians in there.
We will ask the locals.
Dan, thank you for the introduction, buddy. I appreciate that. And
well, take it away, Rob Herking.
I am going to have a nice cold Bud Light. And I think everybody's noticed that I'm drinking Bud Light more now since Tuesday's episode, just because they're cheaper.
Because they're cheaper.
And they're prevalent.
Well,
you're tripping over them.
There's no shortage of Bud Light at the stores, that's for sure.
No, because it's probably one of the better beers out there. Jason Kiefer, how are you, buddy?
I am fantabulous.
Fireman?
Glad to be here. We delayed our podcast from yesterday because Dan's commitment wasn't 100% there.
I had some work to get done.
Damn it. He had a front door to put on. Good job, Dano.
Actually, it was
He's getting faster. 7.5 hours.
Door.
Oh, you went in the back door, did you?
And it was
look at you.
Some trim work on the back door.
Doing trim and a back door yesterday, huh, buddy?
Well, that's what it was.
Goddamn.
It was trim work on the back door. I had to install the
no wonder you were smoking last
the
night.
deadbolt lock and all that. So,
damn, those deadbolts are tricky as shit.
Hit a couple of snags.
All right.
It happens.
So we got a great episode today. Do you have any announcements, Dan? Last time you came in with 4 announcements.
We have the big upcoming trip to Clayton, North Carolina.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We're going to see our friends at the Failure to Stop podcast. It's going to be huge. It's going to be well, Jason's the one. He leads off tomorrow, jumping on the airplane. And what time does your flight leave tomorrow?
We don't leave until like 8:30-ish p.m.
Really?
We land there at 10:05 in Raleigh.
All right.
No time change.
So time for a little late dinner and then call it a night. Huh?
Yeah, we're going to do Easter brunch. I'm going to come up here, watch the Masters, start to get loaded up on beers, and then we're going to go to the airport, and then it's going to be fantastic. So we've got David J.
Do they have an Easter brunch menu here at the Varsity?
Well, no, we're doing family brunch.
Oh, family!
Like we're going to do family stuff first. Then I'll pack my bags because I'm a late packer. I don't pre-plan very well, and then come up here, probably hang out with a couple of you fellas, watch the Masters, and then we will head to the airport.
See, I would have taken you for a guy that packs and has everything ready to go well ahead of time.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will roll all my T-shirts. They will get stuffed in the carry-on bag, and off we go.
So you've got, let's see, you're going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'll go 6 days.
Thursday, you come back Friday?
Yep. We fly out at noon on Friday, and we'll be back here by 3.
How many T-shirts will you need for those 6 days? Or 5.5, I guess.
I'll probably bring 8.
8?
And I'll bring about 10 pairs of underwear, just in case I shit my pants at some point. That's just the way I...
Oh, shit. Did you do recon or something? They don't have like Walmarts and shit down there?
It's just the way I travel, just in case.
Okay. They don't. I didn't know if they didn't have Walmart.
I can't take a knife.
If you don't think they have a Walmart in Clayton, North Carolina.
Wow.
They got to have Walmarts there. Come on, man.
They got underwear, too. I mean,
I bet they got a lot of Dollar General stores.
I could also go commando if I...
We've got David J in the chats. He's already in Clayton. He got there today.
How about that?
So he said he's standing by. Tansy fam is on as well. He says I don't have any friends. I know
what's the name of our hotel?
Comfort Inn. Comfort Inn.
There you go.
Are you looking at Jason, Dan?
Well, I'm just I'm excited about our trip.
Well, here's
I booked the first room. That's why.
Jason's going down tomorrow.
Oh.
Rob's leaving on Tuesday.
I love it. Here's the thing. Dan comes in today and says he's got some changes to the itinerary, and
he hasn't told us.
Rob leaves on Tuesday. And we didn't inquire. We just wanted it to be broadcast live today. What are the fucking changes, Dan?
I'm actually thinking of departing on Monday.
Oh, wow.
And
that gives you time to work on your bike 14 times on the way down.
And I think I'll make it a 2-day trip down there.
Where are you stopping?
I don't know yet.
It's like a 7-hour fucking drive. You're gonna
some kind of halfway. I've got some things I got to do
halfway
tomorrow
would be like in Huntington, West Virginia.
But if I leave tomorrow, say around noonish or 1 o'clock,
that would be Sunday.
I mean Monday around noonish or 1 o'clock.
So the day after tomorrow.
Then drive till 6 or 7ish, and then wherever I'm at, get a hotel and call it a night, and then head on and get there bright and early on Tuesday.
Will you do me a favor and give me a heads up so I'm not sitting out front of your house at 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning?
That's exactly what I was waiting for.
Jesus Christ. Thanks for telling me, buddy.
Well, I mean, Rob, I got to be honest, man. I'm a little uncomfortable with the idea of riding in a car with you for 8 hours.
Sounds great.
I mean, all your rhetoric over the last several weeks has made me quite uncomfortable with the thought of riding in a car with you for 8 hours, 8+ hours.
8+ my ass. Over under is 8 hours and 15-minute drive time versus via Google, and that's going to be under, Dano. And
okay, 8 hours of there.
Rob, you scared him. He thought he was going to have to use a stick shift in an automatic.
Every time I stomp my left foot, Dano shifted into gear, baby. What's going to be awesome is Tuesday when I leave at about 4 or 5 now, because I don't have to. I'll probably leave at 6 because I won't have to make as many potty breaks for the old man. I will wave at you on the fucking highway as I'm rolling by you 4 hours later.
Well, if I leave on Monday, there's no way you're going to pass me up on Tuesday.
Well, when you're parked with the hazards on the side of the fucking road waiting for a tow truck in East Buttfuck, West Virginia.
My bike is in good shape.
Okay.
I don't know why you think my motorcycle is incapable of not making a round trip to Clayton, North Carolina.
When's the last time it was serviced, Dano?
At the beginning of last season.
Okay, beginning of last season, so over a year.
About a year.
Okay, yeah. I just got my car serviced last year, so we'd make it down there, or last week, so we'd make it down safely. I just got new tires put on. I had an oil change.
Say last year. that oil pan's probably pretty thick.
Yeah.
If it was last year.
I will video Dan on the side of the road waiting for the AAA people.
I had an idea, an inkling, and not that anything was said to me or told to me. I had an inkling that some type of hiccup was coming today.
I thought it would be I'm not going. I've got to put up a door on
That's
Wednesday.
kind of where I thought it was.
You've got to admit.
I thought Dan was backing out.
The shit you've been saying the last few weeks is
to my way of thinking,
would give any normal person pause about getting in a car with you.
And I'll pay that tab just like Dan does. No, I love it. I am.
You are what?
Oh my God.
We still have the hotel. We still have Tuesday night and Wednesday night, Dano.
I've got my own room.
I know. I've got my own key card to your room.
No, you don't. You don't even know what my room number is, and you won't.
Challenge levied. Challenge
levied. I probably wouldn't have said that, Dan.
Yeah.
Because now he's going to make it a point that he's going to come into your room at some point.
It's going to be
your fear of the vehicle, riding in the vehicle.
I may have booked under an alias.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Kaiser Sose.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh, my God.
So this is great. Everybody that's a fan of POV on X videos, X and XX, when I get Dan's key card and get into his room, I'm going to have a GoPro on my forehead. We're going to do a little POV and test his lack of allergies to medications and chloroform.
You're going to be a spelunker.
100%. Yeah.
I just took a drink.
I took a pre-draft drink. 100% drink. So one of the announcements I want to make. One more and I'm out of here via me only, I guess, has declared a state of emergency. We have declared a state of emergency, and we have turned the varsity at 8112 Beachmont Avenue into a Bud Light drop-off zone. For all of you protesting, Dylan Mulvaney, Anheuser-Busch, Ambev, etc., between the hours of 11 and 6 tomorrow, after the Easter Bunny, before the Easter Bunny, after brunch, dinner, drunch, whatever in the hell you guys celebrate, Kwanzaa, I don't care. Feel free to drop your Bud Light off here at the varsity outside. We will make sure.
Just going to leave the trunk of your car open and they can drop it off in there.
No, I got things in the trunk for you, Dan. I don't have any more room. But
see what I mean?
We
see what I mean? Why would I want to?
Why
would I want to entertain the idea of going anywhere with you if you're going to say shit like
it was coloring books and shit to keep you occupied? So big boy over there,
Doesn't matter.
Daddy can drive down to Clayton.
It doesn't matter.
Coloring books.
I mean, we were going to do a license plate game, the alphabet game with street signs and shit,
No,
Dan. We were going to do all kinds of fun things on the way down. We were going to bond, I thought, but that's fine. It's bonding over. Now it's going to be bondage on Tuesday night. But nonetheless, feel free to drop it off between the hours of 11 and 6. We will record a 10-second video. That way, we hear YouTube is kicking people off now for various responses in regards to Dylan Mulvaney and the Bud Light protest. So we will send it directly to the officials at Ambev so you can convey your feelings in regards to the transsexual Dylan Mulvaney special thing.
So if you voice any displeasure at all or any opposition, or any idea
Weren't
that
you
you're
saying
not
that, Keith?
in favor of,
one of the socials were,
or commenting on Bud Light's decision to have Dylan Mulvaney be a spokesperson.
Yeah, I've heard
for their brand. You're getting canceled by YouTube.
There were people that were sharing Kid Rock's video of him blasting all those Bud Light cases, and they got put in Facebook jail or Instagram jail, or I can't remember which one of the socials.
Has the video been scrubbed from the internet now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's still there.
I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, that's right.
Your shit got hacked.
But we will also, I'll bring an AR-15 and you can hold it when you turn it in and send a message to Ambev. And we'll make sure your Bud Light is treated fairly and taken care of. So why throw it away?
Rob is just angling for free beer.
It'll go into Rob's fridge.
Send a message. I mean, hell, why not protest? It's like the baby drop-offs at the fire department.
I never drank that shit anyway, so that's fine. You can have all of it. It's like apple juice.
He puts that shit on everything. It's like my Frank's Red Hot right here.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Well,
again, this episode brought to you by Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light.
It's not. It is not.
My part.
This is for educational purposes only. It definitely is not.
Actually, this episode is brought to you in part by our good friend Gary Wolfangle. When it comes to real estate across the world or Cincinnati, you want a realtor who knows the market, and you want a name you can trust, and that's what you get with Carrie Wolfangle. But you get a lot more than that. You get a relationship that's going to be built on honesty and trust. And Carrie has been recognized with many of the best awards in the industry, and she is the only real estate agent that we recommend. If you are maybe someone wants to buy, sell, move in, move out, whatever you got going on, call Carrie Wolfangle, 513-265-3125, or kwolfangle at comey.com. Your road home starts at Wolfangle.
Can I interrupt for?
Absolutely.
Let's go. 50,
Please do.
50 seconds.
Please do.
My favorite song.
I have no idea.
What is that? What the hell is that?
It's a song.
It's hard to see the light now.
All I know is they are not alone.
Just don't let it go.
Now,
What the hell is that?
I skipped to the song itself.
Whether you're a parent or you're a child, or you're young or you're old, or you're trans or you're not, we're all just trying our best here, aren't we? And the most important thing
The hell is that?
is that we have the people in our lives to support us and celebrate our uniqueness. And that could be a mental health care professional.
This is I'm surprised you don't know, Dan. I figured.
I told you, I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know anything.
It was on the
I'm going to have to
YouTube.
start a new account.
That was on the YouTube. It's Dylan Mulvaney, and one of her performances of "We Are Not Alone," talking about transgenderism and the fact
Is
that
that something that
they get support. I just
that's
thought
something Dylan did while at the University of Cincinnati? At
no,
the
it was post university, I believe.
School for Creative and Performing Arts, whatever it is. There.
Post change, I believe in 2021. It was one of his performances, but he sang the song. And I just felt it was apropos.
How dare you misgender Dylan Mulvaney?
It was very emotional.
I felt it was apropos in regards to
You keep saying he.
the vitriol. She.
You know, I mean, you come out here acting like you're all inclusive, and then here you are misgendering probably the most famous trans activist in the country right now.
Here's the sad thing, Dan, is you're making fun of my inability to say the S in front of she. I worked on it a lot, so you're making fun of my disability. That's
you have no disability. What disability do you have?
Were you with Bill Clinton last night?
What disability?
You've got white shit all over that green jacket on this side. I wish that camera would pick it up.
A little paint. I wore this
Is
one.
Is that what it is? That's what Monica said too. Holy shit!
Test it. Go ahead and test it.
No.
Take it to a lab.
Tansy fam said it's Claytona Beach.
Claytona.
Claytona Beach, baby.
Is that on like a creek? Because the last time I looked on the map, it was landlocked in Clayton. So I'm assuming it's probably some crick.
Crick.
They call it cricks down there?
Probably.
All right. Do we have to get, oh shit, we got to get Confederate flag headbands. I think bandanas, man.
That's what comes to your
Clayton. I'm going to Clayton. We got to get bandanas and shit, man.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to say hee haw.
Capples is right down the road. Go ahead. I'm sure they have it.
Oh, shit. Speaking of fun events, what time are we picking you up tonight? Griff's going to drive, Dan.
Picking me up for what?
Here it comes.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, the roller derby?
Cincinnati
Roller Girls.
We're going to
versus Louisville All-Stars.
This was a team building exercise.
6 p.m. tonight with Coy. He got tickets. They're good tickets too, by the way. Have you ever watched that on TV? It's fucking awesome. They whip people, they take them out, they hit walls and shit.
Now the roller derby that they had back in the 70s.
Answer the question, sir.
Roller Girls.
That was the shit.
Answer the question,
6.
sir.
We're gonna head out of here about 5. Griff's driving. So we got a DD. And there'll be other people in the car. That way you will not be hurt.
Safe.
You will not be injured sexually
where
or
is the
physically.
Event?
Cintas, Xavier University.
Well, Paul is not going to like it.
Jesuit College.
This was planned a week and a half ago.
I know.
Well, tell her to put the pork chops back
You're on
the
YouTube
fridge.
Live right now, showing your dick.
I'm just saying.
Because you didn't pre-plan, which is, I'm not shocked, and anybody that's watching, you shouldn't be shocked.
5 o'clock, Dan.
We knew you were going to try to fucking bail out of this.
I'm not bailing. I'm not bailing.
Team building exercise.
All right.
It's a business meeting.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be something. That's.
I am very proud of the fact that you're not bailing, Dan. Very proud.
He's probably going to be divorced, but he's not bailing. So.
No, I'm just saying.
You could bring Paula. I'm sure
How
it's
did
not
you
sold
not tell?
out.
How did you not tell Paula?
I totally forgot about it.
A week and a half went
Why
by.
don't you bring her? It's not going to be sold out.
If she wants to come,
We'll get another. Well, how do you spell that, Dan?
You think she's going to?
It's Roller Girls, man. She'll love that shit.
I'm going to say, Paula, let's go enjoy a night with Rob Herking. What's she going to say about that?
I don't know, Dan. That kind of hurts my feelings. I think it's the. It's the one in my.
She supports the podcast. She'll understand the team building.
Yeah, it's like the.
How often do you go to a Cincinnati Roller Girls?
Never.
Me neither.
I can't imagine us staying the entire time. I don't even know how long.
I can't wait to see.
Although I did have a niece that did that for a little while.
I cannot wait to see how
did
many
your niece
people
go by No?
No,
That's one of the Roller Girls, man. I love it.
I don't know what her stage name was.
I cannot wait to see how many trailer parks are empty tonight.
We should call Cintas and make them announce that we have a celebrity in the house for Cincinnati Roller Girls formerly from Fox News.
Maybe he can do the start.
Dan Carroll.
Do they say, ladies, start your engines?
I don't know. Don't they do a roll off? I think they roll a lap and then they go and then the elbows fly and shit like that.
The fact that we were invited to a roller derby.
The fact that Coy,
I've never been to one ever in my entire life.
So a friend of the show, Coy, we were sitting up here last week, all of us, and Coy goes, "Hey, my work gave me 4 tickets to the Roller Girls." We're like, "Is that fucking?" I didn't even know it was still going on. First of all, we were in. I mean, how do you not go see this train wreck?
You have to.
Yeah. If somebody told me there was a guy that was going to get hit by a car up here at 6 o'clock tonight, I would fucking fold a chair out and
He's
watch.
sending the text right now. Oh, this is going to be great. This is live coverage, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
wonder if we get a phone call from Miss Paula.
We'll see.
That phone's going to blow up. And if it rings.
If she calls, want me to put her on?
If it
Yes.
rings.
Put Mrs. Carroll on.
No. I'm going to say no.
She'll be nice at least if she knows she's on the air.
I'm going to say no because that's not fair to her.
You want me
We're
to call
not
her?
doing that.
Well, I mean, I'll tell her that she's on the podcast.
Well, no, you don't put her on Front Street. That's shit.
All right.
Shit move.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You handle your business.
Well, we'll see if she calls.
See
but
that?
that's your problem, not our problem.
Dano,
you fucked up.
I totally whiffed on it.
Dano, this is scary, but I'm going to support you on this one. Normally when I got bad news to break to somebody, i.e. a wife, I want a child or another individual present. It's like breaking up in a restaurant. Hopefully the scene will be minimized. And I agree with what you're thinking right now with her calling and being on the air.
What time's the first jam? 6?
6 o'clock. So we'll leave here at 5.
Oh, you even know the terminology.
Oh shit. Is that what it's
I'm
called?
not stupid. It's called a jam. Yeah.
No, I'm stupid. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm walking into tonight.
This is going to be a fucking epic shit show of video shorts.
The fact that you knew that it was a jam, that's impressive. Have
Oh,
you
wow.
have you ever participated in a roller derby?
I have not, but it used
love
to be
to
on
see
TV when I was a kid, and I
Whoa,
watched
whoa,
it all
whoa.
the time on TV.
When you say kid, are you talking in your 40s? Because it was on when I was a kid and you're slightly older.
Well, I'm just saying it was on when I was a kid.
Yeah, I
That's
used
all
to watch that shit all the time. Man. They'd
Our
whip it and kill it.
Our friend Rich, and I just put it up. The comments. Centos is in Norwood, so you know it's going to be full of hillbillies.
True.
No truer statement has ever been spoken.
There's some shitty ass bars over there I used to hit back in the day at UC.
Shitty but good.
Yeah, I mean, I liked them.
Like shitty dive bars. Like
Yeah,
good bars.
And we've talked about it. I mean, I am a huge proponent of dive bars. If I'm looking for
there used to be a lot of them in Norwood.
if I'm looking for a bar to hit out of town, I'm not hitting fucking Applebee's. I don't even hit Applebee's here. I don't like chain bars. I like mom and pops. I like greasy spoons. Give me that. You don't go on vacation to Clayton and hit the fucking Applebee's like you're in Ricky Bobby's life. So,
Well, no, I want to go to the local joints down.
hell yeah. Well, you want to support the local entrepreneur, kind of like Instill Distillery. We're going to
So if
support
we have
the
any,
fuck out of that place.
Wolfpack members listening and watching us right now, send us a message on the screen there,
The YouTube comments.
and maybe we'll shout out a place or a couple places we can go to get to.
Well, they're not all.
I do love Carolina barbecue.
They all don't live in fucking Clayton.
Maybe they're more familiar with Clayton than we are.
I'm not a huge barbecue fan.
Tansy was on earlier. I don't know if he's on.
Tansy fam.
Tansy fam was on.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to hit Instill. I'm going to support the shit out of that with the rum. Tansy, if you're listening, you need to get some fucking mint because I love juleps. Or mint juleps. No. Mojitos. Fuck. Christ, I'm getting Derby
Mint
mixed up.
juleps. That's what they drink at the Derby.
Yeah, I'm getting excited. That's
You're
in a month.
having a stroke in front of everybody.
Well, Derby Day
awesome.
or Derby Days in less than a month,
That's
man. I was
coming up.
getting all excited. I was thinking about what I like. But I like mojitos too with the rum.
Trent's trying to go. He's trying to go to the roller derby. He's on as well.
Oh, is he?
You can meet us down there, Trent.
He'll fit in too. Keep the mustache, buddy.
It's a glorious mustache.
That mustache was pimp. I took some
Did you listen? Did you listen to the episode that I sent you? The breakdown Friday. Drew Breezy was talking about you.
Oh fuck.
And
I
Wow,
didn't.
Rob,
yet.
I didn't know you were so popular.
And I sent it to you.
I listened to the comedian instead.
And I
last
told
night.
you what time mark to listen.
Is he starting shit?
I don't know.
I'll listen to it.
Hey, if Eric is still on, I don't know if Eric's still in or not. There is going to be a package delivered on Wednesday to Instill Distillery.
Don't sign for
Or
it.
Instill
Have,
Distilling.
have somebody else sign for it. Get a homeless guy.
There's going to be a package delivered.
Don't open it.
It's our drugs.
That is care of Jill Billy, and it's to settle whiny Drew Breezy down because Drew was bitching about not getting Grater's ice cream when he was up here. So,
Oh fuck! I drove
So
by
we
there
shipped-
yesterday. What is going on last night?
I'm
There was
talking.
a line on Beachmont.
I'm talking. We're shipping some ice cream down to some Grater's ice cream down. We did this last night.
How do they keep it cold?
Dry ice.
How long does it last?
They ship all over the country.
How much does that cost?
What'd you ship?
It's we're not going to get into that.
Well, what's the shipping alone?
Shipping was only like $10.
Oh, really? That's not fucking bad for a frozen thing.
The shipping.
Yeah.
I use air quotes, and the shipping was only $10, but the bill was a lot bigger. But Drew will have his Grater's ice cream on Wednesday. It should be delivered.
How
So
about that?
expect a package. Eric,
Falconator, thank you.
tell your employees expect a package. And it's it's not a ton,
Huh.
but it's enough to squash the whining from Drew Breezy.
Drew, the last thing he needs
I
is
te-
fucking ice cream.
And I texted him last night. I said, "We're taking care of your ice cream fix."
Isn't he diabetic with lactose intolerance?
I don't know his medical history. That's against HIPAA violations.
It's raining hard in
Regulations.
Augusta, Georgia. I can tell you that much.
Falconator, thank you. Listen later. Because God knows with Dan, things change on a regular fucking basis up in here. But I drove by Graders last night, the new one on Beachmont. There was a line around the fucking building out on the Beachmont.
It's not really new.
At
It's been
9
there
o'clock.
for
Well,
many years.
Well, let me ask you a question then. What do they do that caused that line on a cold ass Friday night?
They probably put out one of their limited edition flavors or something.
Well, I didn't see any advertising for that shit show, but we had to get over to the left lane and drive through the middle lane because it was so backed up
They probably
heading east.
put something out on social media.
Well, it's probably on Twitter, but you can't tell us
I
about
know.
it.
I'm
because
not
you
on
got
Twitter
hacked.
anymore.
That sucks.
My Twitter account did get hacked, and I can't get into it now. And now I have to start a whole new account.
Well, why don't you
shit.
email?
Hopefully, your only two
I don't wanna
followers
do- I don't
are
wanna do
listening
that.
right now, and they can refollow you.
I
on
had
the new
a
one.
lot more than 6 followers.
Well, 2 people that liked you.
Doesn't matter.
The other ones hated you, and they just
I had
listened.
a lot of people on Twitter that like me.
I love the fact that your wife hates me. I find that great. We're gonna do.
I never said she hated you.
You alluded
Did
to
I
it
say
by
that?
he alluded to it by
Jason,
saying
did
that's
I say
exactly
that?
what she wants to do.
Hey, don't pull me into your guys'
Did those
fucking
words?
domestic
I'm
disputes.
just saying. Did those words come out of my mouth?
I did not hear that Paula hates you.
I never said that.
It was alluded to.
What do you mean it was alluded to?
Okay, we're gonna go to your favorite
How was it-
segment.
how
Try
was
to
it-
placate you a little
How
bit.
was it alluded to?
We're gonna placate you with history. You ready?
No, you're now. Who's dodging questions now?
On this day,
Jesus Christ.
April 8th, 1938, Kofi Annan was born. Happy birthday, Kofi.
Is that the guy, the United Nations guy?
Yeah, posthumously because he died. in
He's
18.
dead now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Thank you, Dan. Here you go, Dan.
So Haywood Banks has a song. We should look that up.
We were going to start this podcast 10 years ago before podcast.
It's called I Am Famous Than a Lot of, or I'm Older Than a Lot of Famous Dead Guys.
But on this date,
I remember it from Bob and Tom.
we were going to start this.
How funny is that guy? I am older than a lot of famous dead guys.
We don't need you to sing it though.
I'm just saying it's a good song.
We were going to start this podcast 10 years ago, but Dan
No, we weren't.
was at the
I didn't know you 10 years ago.
Betty Ford Clinic, and Betty Ford was born today in 1918. So thank you, Betty, for helping Dan. It kind of worked a little bit.
Simpler times.
Oh my God. Margaret Thatcher died today at age 87. She was the PM for a while in the UK. What country is the UK in, Dan?
God bless Margaret Thatcher.
What country is the UK in?
It's over there, Great Britain. It's over there somewhere.
All right.
Dan, look at the screen.
What? What's it say?
The comment.
I can't read it from here.
What? You
I
have
can't
fucking
read it.
glasses?
Why did we put the fucking computer up if you can't see
A
it?
lot more.
Jesus, where are you
I
looking?
I can't see it. I can't read it.
Our buddy Tread said Dan is so angry.
Do you go to a different BMV that doesn't require an eye
Can
exam?
you read that for me? You can read it on your screen. Can you read that? Can you read that?
Even though I have my glasses on,
Yeah.
I can still absolutely read that.
I can read the right side too, where it's smaller text font.
I just thought you had glasses on. I thought you'd be able to read it. Anyway,
All right, Dan.
That's for up close reading.
Dan, it's noticed that you're very angry today.
So 1990.
I'm not angry. I'm just saying.
Ryan White became a national symbol. Who became a national symbol of the United States after he contracted AIDS from a blood transfusion given to treat his hemophilia. Died at age 18. That was sad.
That was very sad.
Yeah, poor kid. Oh fuck! Here we go.
Fucking dead leg. Put it in all caps. It's gonna come up here in a couple seconds. My name is Dan, and I am angry. Does that help? Question mark.
Jesus.
Can you read that one?
It says, so it's a Dan thing.
What?
You
You're
can-
reading the small ass
you can
one,
read-
but you can't.
holy
The
shit.
guy there says, David J said yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my
there's
God.
the one. My name is Dan.
How in the
I'm
fuck can
angry.
you can read that? But you
Well,
said
just-
you can't read
just-
it.
It just takes a second.
Jesus
Since-
Christ.
Welcome to our world, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our
does
world.
that help? LOL. Is that what that says?
Yes.
All right.
If Dan was Jesus, I would
Oh,
hope
my
there
God.
was no Easter.
That is hilarious.
My eyes just
If
had
you
to
think
adjust
about
to the
that,
light.
you'll understand.
And in
1979.
the yellow there, right there, it says, "One more and I'm out of here. Say something."
Yeah, because I haven't typed anything yet.
Okay.
All right. You're doing great. So, all right. So you can still drive, so we don't have to take your driver's license.
I can drive just fine.
No, he can't. I've
I'm an
ridden with him.
excellent driver.
You definitely can't.
What are you,
What do
Rain
you mean
Man
I
now?
can't?
I'm an excellent driver.
It's
What
a
are
whole-
you, fucking Rain Man?
How can you sit there and say that I can't drive?
That's a whole nother episode.
I am an excellent driver.
All right, Rain Man. We'll get you back for whopping her at 3
Settle
and
down,
get you some
Dustin
fucking
Hoffman.
underwear.
Settle
Holy
down,
shit.
Dustin Hoffman. I'll let you drive in the driveway when we get home.
Have you ever?
You scared the fuck out of me leaving a golf
When?
outing last
I was in
summer.
the back seat
Last
handing
summer?
beers
Yes.
to people that weren't driving.
Did we get from point A to point B safely?
We did.
Well,
we
there
did-
you go.
Kiefer and I drank heavily just because we've
When's
always
when's
heard
the last time I had an accident?
that the drunkest
I don't
person lives in an
Never.
accident.
I've never had an accident since you've known me.
No, I'm
You
just-
came in here having to change your pants once.
I had an accident in your car.
Ooh.
Well, that was unnecessary.
But it was still fun.
Well, I'm glad you're flying and not riding with me then if that happens. 1979, final episode of All in the Family aired on CBS, one of TV's most successful sitcoms that would never see the light of day today or anywhere going forward because of its satirical treatment of such topics as race, gender, sex, and bigotry.
Archie Bunker, one of the greatest characters ever.
David J said 100% via text. Everybody take a drink.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you, David.
I am glad.
So even when it gets texted to us, we have to comply.
Well, Kiefer said it when he read it.
I think we should.
American baseball player.
I think
Hank
we should
Aaron.
because he's grabbing onto the brand and a member of the Wolfpack. I think we need to. They help us out a bunch. We
Well, there
help
you
them
go.
out.
Well, it's Trent. Does that say Trent? It says, "But did you die?"
No, I didn't die.
Well, there you go.
I'll still ride with you again because I just don't care.
Well,
I don't care if it
you
happens.
don't care if you live or die.
If it happens, it happens. As long as we had fun beforehand, cool, got it.
Well, look at all
Check that box.
Look at all these podcasts we've done.
I know.
God damn, it's like a first date, and I'm on the third table over here watching this shit show.
It's actually kind of the way it seems every podcast with me. You two fucking taking the mics over.
Hank Aaron hit 715th career home
Ooh,
run,
yeah.
breaking Babe Ruth's record in 1974.
That's a big one. And you said there wasn't a whole lot going on today.
Yeah, well,
That's big.
That is big.
I'm surprised I got it in with a little bit of quiet.
Oh, wow.
This one kind of took me aback, and I think we've already talked about it previously on his date of birth. 1973. I did not know he lived this long. 1973. Pablo Picasso, the most influential artist of the 20th century, perhaps, died at the age of 91. I think we did his birthday in the fall, late fall, and I was very surprised that he didn't die until 1973 because Pablo, I just think 17th, 18th, 19th century.
Old as fuck.
Yeah, like Sistine Chapel.
I would have thought that
Chapel
too.
type
I
shit.
remember when we covered that.
Yeah.
I say covered it like we were actually doing like a news story.
Well, if he died in 1973, you say,
Yes.
then it probably after the 17th century. Just guessing.
Okay, buddy. Speaking of 17s, the 17th Amendment was passed today, 1913, which called for the direct election of U.S.
Hey,
senators
I'm
by
gonna-
voters
are
of
they
the
suspending
states.
I'm going to interrupt you, Rob, only
Play is
because
suspended.
I'm looking over.
Look at that.
The
rain,
fucking
man.
green
Oh my God.
Oh,
At
wow.
Augusta looks like a goddamn swimming pool. Holy shit.
Is that what your pants look like after the accident in Dan's car?
No, it was a brown.
Or
a
raining.
brown swimming pool.
All right, Randy.
It's raining like a bitch there.
Holy cow. All right, sorry. I got
it's all,
sidetracked.
it's all good. It's
That
all
was
good.
big. Every year they hit weather. They
Yeah,
get weather. They get
get
screwed
fucked.
with weather.
Those two trees down yesterday after that storm passed
Yeah.
was amazing. Those are monsters.
But the amount of water on that green, it literally looks like a swimming pool.
Look at that.
Yep.
Wowie.
So tomorrow, I just want to hit this because
Yes.
tomorrow, 2001, American Airlines officially completed its acquisition of Dillon Mulvaney Airline. Oh, I'm sorry, Trans World Airlines. It became the world's largest airline. It was there. I had to say it, man. It was up.
That's it. TWA was Trans World Airlines. I guess the whole idea of
What-
trans.
We're flying American, by the way.
Let me ask you a quick question, Dan.
Well, TWA doesn't exist anymore.
We're flying American tomorrow.
What does TWA mean though? If it's short for something else, what is the word I'm looking for?
Acronym?
Yeah. What about Roy G. Biv? Is that an acronym? What does that stand for? You don't know what Roy G. Biv is?
Red, orange, yellow.
Green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Indigo.
Colors of the rainbow.
I forget indigo every time.
Colors of the rainbow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Rainbow colors. That's an acronym. Roy G. Biv.
We should start an airline.
This should be Roy G. Biv Day. I like to say that. Roy G. Biv.
We should start.
Yesterday was
the
National
7th.
National Beer Day.
The
Did
7th.
you know that? We should. I know it's my fault we didn't do the podcast yesterday, but we could have celebrated National Beer Day yesterday.
Well, we can't. I mean, we can celebrate it, but it's just not the same.
I think it should be Bud Light
So
Day.
dead leg TWA equals tits with ass. I like where it says that.
I thought that was TNA. Tits and
He's
ass.
saying
that's
tits
TNA,
with
tits and
ass. TNA is a thing that could be a rival airline.
TNA.
Tits and ass and tits with ass.
You want to upgrade to the
John
special TNA
Rahm
section?
out there talking with the patrons at the Masters, Augusta National.
And
I
you're
love-
no Jim Nance.
I love where Dead Leg's head is. I love it. He sent me a picture. I showed Dan earlier. He sent me a picture of all the toys that he's bringing, all his electronics,
Oh, man.
cameras and whatnots.
He's
Do you
loaded
need
up.
batteries?
He is packing. He is pre-planning and packing like a champ.
Does he have someone to carry all that shit? Or
I will do it last minute.
How
And
many?
I don't know. Dead Leg, do you have anybody to carry that shit?
I hate to see what his fee for baggage is.
Yeah, what about the walker, too? Is somebody going to
'Cause
help
he's
him through
flying,
the
right?
airport? The wheelchair? I assume they have those people that will help him with his wheelchair and shit
Yeah, they
through
got
the airport.
my mother through the airport when she went to go see my nephew.
I'll bring batteries, too, just in case
I
your
said-
vibrator dies, Dead Legs.
The way she explained it, I was like, well, shit, I'm going to act like I have a disability and get pushed around.
When I go into court, certain courthouses, and it's only one flight of steps, and it's in the morning, and I feel like shit after drinking with you guys, I will fake a limp.
Whoa.
I will fake a limp and take an elevator.
Don't blame me for your drinking and feeling like shit the next day.
You're my
Me as well.
sponsor.
Me as well.
Dan-
Don't put me in there. I leave this place way sooner than you do.
There are times.
Sure, there's always going to be times, but when we take the numbers, those times are very minuscule on an average.
Okay.
I think there's one time you've left here before me.
Oh, he's getting the pen out.
There are
To do what?
There are times you don't even remember leaving here, Dan.
I know. I've never been that messed up here at the varsity.
Okay,
Dead Leg says that they have people that take everything for me.
that's nice. Good thing that you got. Good thing you're rich.
It's one of those crippled perks we just don't tell people about.
Are they called servants?
Oh my god. This week is going to be a complete and utter shit show. And
Oh,
I'm so
God.
excited for it.
You're really riding your motorcycle.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I think so.
I am so excited.
So
I
we
hope-
may or may not see Dan down there. We'll see.
Why not? But why do you think I'm going to have such a hard time getting?
I'm not. I'm just saying things happen.
You don't use your phone for a calendar. You're getting a triptych from fucking AAA, and how
I'm
are you going to
hoping-
read that thing? On
I'm
the
hoping
motorcycle?
that your trip is flawless and you
Yeah.
enjoy the ride. You enjoy the time down there and you enjoy your ride back. And
I
have
hope
no
you get
issues.
hit in the head by a bird.
The only thing, and we brought it up before, is
I have an excellent sense of direction.
you riding by yourself
Yeah.
is a little bit in question. And not you, just even me taking off somewhere by myself. You try to do like the buddy system, so that way if you do break
I
down,
understand.
that's all. That's the only thing I'm saying. But I hope that everything is flawless.
You want me
I
to ride
understand.
on the back of your motorcycle? I'll bring a backpack instead of a bag.
That's
And I'll be taking some Blue Chew to keep me up. That way I can make sure you're up in the early morning hours. I bring my pocket knife. Slice
Oh,
a little,
my God.
Slice a little hole in the back of your
You have no idea how
chinos.
funny that is.
Can I wear chaps?
So Rich said, that's just because you don't like cold rides, Jason. You're right. I don't. If it's fucking cold, I'm
I
not
don't think
riding.
it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be high temperatures in the 70s.
Yeah, that's in the
entire week.
afternoon, dumbass. You're getting there at fucking
Doesn't
12.
matter.
You're leaving at 5 in the morning. When
I
it's gonna be
definitely,
like
I
40.
definitely don't like to ride in the cold. Now, Rich got me a new leather jacket that he gave me, so I may
didn't see
ride
that.
in a little bit colder weather than I would have before because I got too fat for my other leather jacket. I didn't want to drop
I've got
$400.
the leather jackets. I've got the gloves. I've got the cold weather gear. I've got the rain gear. I've got it all.
You're prepared.
I'm
I know.
ready.
You got 2 pairs of gloves.
I just hope mechanically everything is good.
He was talking. Rich talking about Dumb and Dumber. I was, you got to wear 2 gloves. Remember on the scooter?
2 gloves.
He's like, my hands are freezing. Well, you want one of these gloves? I got 2 pairs.
All right. I got to hit the head.
Nope. You
No,
said
I got to go.
Joe Belly. Oh my God! I'd pay cash money to see Rob riding bitch behind Dan with his
That's
arms
never
wrapped
gonna
around him
happen,
like
I
Dumb
can
and
tell you
Dumber.
No, I'm going to ride up front and face him. We're going to dock. We're going to dock on this motherfucker. God damn it.
That's a tight squeeze.
This is where this is definitely not a professional setup that we have. That you can't sit for a fucking hour.
Different beers, right?
So it's probably better that he's riding and not riding with you.
No shit. It'd take me 12 hours.
It would take you probably 12 or 14 hours.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I got to hear the door shut so we can tell our listeners what's going on this evening.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Joe Billy, just go, man.
There were a couple of times that I alluded to the fact of Dan being proud and Roy G. Biv. What Dan doesn't know this evening is that the Cincinnati Roller Girls versus Louisville is Gay Pride Night at Cintas Center. So it's Pride Night joined by Cincinnati Proud or Cincinnati Pride. And he's going to flip his shit when he gets down there and sees it. And I'm wearing rainbow colored outfits and I'm getting some stickers that I'm going to slap on his back.
We need to figure out a way to get him
to
be the starter.
Don't comment on this. Now that we know he can read that shit, don't comment on it yet. But nonetheless,
he faked that shit bigger than hell too.
You are in the know, and it's going to be fucking hilarious when he gets down there. So moving on. Damn that Dylan Mulvaney, man. Fucking Bud Light. I'm done with Bud Light too. Let's
Deadleg said this were remote LAV mics. I'm not that technical, but it would be epic.
Oh, there's gonna be some remote shit. My son's driving us down.
We're definitely making reels. We're gonna post them on Instagram. It's gonna be awesome.
Griff 16. He's gonna be driving down doing some footage when Dan's not looking. It's gonna be awesome. And I can't imagine it being sold out, so I can get Griff a ticket, have him come in. It is going to be fun just for the Roller Girls aspect because I've never seen one.
I've never been.
Jesus Christ!
I'm kind of excited.
There we go.
Snuck up on me, man. Scared the shit out of me.
This is where our non-professional setup goes.
Yeah,
you can't hold your bladder for a fucking hour.
Well, I had to, I've been drinking a lot of beer.
Do you wear a diaper on the motorcycle?
Today.
Oh, let's talk about your golf game and one that
my golf game is not good.
The one that you bailed out on, the competition that we've hit that.
I say that was on a Sunday.
No, that was on a Friday. This past Friday, Good Friday.
No, when I said I was going to play.
Yeah, it was after the podcast with Roller.
And then I said I would play on Friday.
I think you levied the challenge.
But I did, and it's my fault. But I had something come up. I had to get some work done.
You're taking Blue Chew? What came up?
So you're saying you've never had a meeting, you've never had a conference, you've never had something come up out of the blue that made you made us reschedule a podcast or an event or something. It happens. I had work I had to get done. I couldn't play golf.
I'm not crucifying you. Hold on there, Pontius. Damn,
you guys
relax.
gave me a hard time all day because I couldn't play golf on Friday.
We gave you a hard time because that's what we enjoy doing.
Well, that's fine.
And everybody gets hard times, Dan.
Especially when they have Blue Chew.
Yeah. I don't always take a pill
before
I masturbate.
It was the reason that it hit so hard that way, no pun intended.
No.
But pun intended, is the fact that you said that you were going to whoop his ass.
Like 2 T's.
And you were all about it. Understand things come up. Now we just have to figure out when this new
this gauntlet's been
when this new 9 holes, 18 holes, whatever we play, when it's going to be rescheduled. I'm
more than willing to.
You are documented as saying you're going to whoop his ass.
I'm more than willing to go out there and tee it up against Herking.
And then hearing you say how your golf game was today,
we just got to figure out a time. My game is not in good shape right now.
I haven't played yet, but we're doing match play, $102.50. All donations go to Varner Foundation. Shit, by this time, we get those kids Nikes. Since people are boycotting Nike, I assume their prices are going down too. So we could buy those kids all Nikes.
Didn't we say all the kids walking down the street today didn't have any shoes on?
Fucking Kenyans, man.
Because Dan didn't buy any shoes.
Well, have you seen the the Dylan Mulvaney commercial for Nike yet?
No, I haven't.
You should see that one. That one's a real piece of work.
I like your.
You should see that.
I like your segue out of us fucking with.
Well,
you,
he's the one who brought up Nike. Dylan Mulvaney is the spokesperson for Nike.
We were talking about all the kids that don't have shoes from the Varner Foundation.
Is he
that you
really
were supposed to give money?
I didn't hear he was the spokesman for Nike. I heard
for the Nike sports bras. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I did read about that. No, I didn't know it was.
No, that
Dylan.
was the one that was the one that Caitlyn Jenner's going nuts
Ape
about
shit.
because she's running for governor, has to jump on, and that's where that was the article I was saying where I was shocked.
Okay.
That she jumped on it and said that Anheuser-Busch shouldn't and Nike shouldn't have brought her on as a brand ambassador. And I did not expect that out of Caitlyn Jenner.
Well, they were in that Twitter
Did
feud
not at all.
we talked about on.
And I'm dumb. I mean, I'm dumb with a lot of this shit, but
The one that really gets me though is how is Dylan Mulvaney a pitch person for Tampax? I just don't understand that.
I haven't read.
I
have no comment.
Maybe he has diarrhea a lot.
Dylan Mulvaney will.
Have you ever done that though? I mean, if you had diarrhea, real bad.
I don't know how Dylan Mulvaney uses that product as for its intended use.
Well, if you can't get Imodium
It's
18,
intended use.
That's all I'm saying. How does that happen?
huh?
They say lick it and stick it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that the tagline? I have no idea.
I don't know. I really am going to stop thinking about this right now, and I'm going to go back to the Nike shit. So I did read about Nike doing it. I didn't know it was Dylan Mulvaney that was also going to be spearheading the sports bra on people that didn't need sports bras.
That's mind-boggling.
I
can't wrap my head around it.
I think I need a sports bra more than fucking Dylan Mulvaney does. Don't even point at me, fucker.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
I am not going to argue that point.
I am there with you.
I was trying to make you feel better.
We have found common ground.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, so Dead he brings up a good comment. Bloody knows we use him in wrestling, which I get that, like for injuries. They have
Tampax?
They have multiple purposes.
Well, okay.
I'll use them in the back of the ambulance. But with the parts, what are the parts?
Who in the fuck is Dead Leg wrestling with?
What?
He said wrestling. Who's he wrestling
Yeah,
with?
like high school wrestling. You bust your fucking nose on somebody's head. Your nose is bleeding. They throw a fucking tampon in there. Boom, stops. I use them in the back of the ambulance occasionally.
I don't know.
But the parts that Mr. or Mrs. Mulvaney has.
Are we talking pads or the tampons?
Tampons.
The ones that go inside, right?
Yeah.
I never had fucking sisters, and my mom had a hysterectomy.
You don't know the difference?
I don't pay attention to
You're
that
like
shit.
a 48-year-old dude. You don't know the difference?
Well, I know the difference between the ones that go in and ones that just started the fucking pad things. That are
Jesus Christ. Holy cow.
Well, the one's super absorbent, and you can scrub your bathtub down with it. And the other one can clean out a clogged drain.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Either one of those
Yeah,
things.
the parachute one with the ripcord, that fucking does drainage.
The ripcord.
Yeah. You don't even need a Roto-Rooter snake. You just put one of those things in there, pull the ripcord out, and bam.
Will Cray says, I think he just shoves him up his ass.
Actually,
I don't know what his genetic parts are now, or his biological parts are now. If he's all the way through the transition or whatever. We were talking about it at the firehouse the other day, though. It's like when you go from man to woman and the way that shit fucking happens.
they cut it like a banana in a banana split,
dude,
baby.
It is. We got on the topic. I'm like, dude, I can't.
It's like a
I
banana
cannot
split.
even-
They cut it, fold it back, cut the slit, and jam the
I've
penis
seen
up
a
in
lot
there.
of bad shit and gross shit.
I've seen an illustration of
but
that before.
that
and
is something that I want nothing.
even the illustration made me wince when I saw that.
I mean, and I hate to
I
get
doubled
graphic,
over in
but I'm
pain.
going to get a little medical. I have done some looking at this, not in a prurient 10-second way, but an actual curious way. Not for me, but for Dan. And I'm sorry. Oh shit! You told me not to say that. If you look at the women's anatomy, men's anatomy, and the way they changed it, the women's vagina looks like an inside-out penis. And if you took the vagina and brought it outside, that's how they make the penis.
No, it's not. They take skin from your forearm.
Is that called foreskin? Is that where we get the word?
Just
Dan?
saying that's what they do. I don't know why they do that. But
it's all still gross.
But when you were saying about they have other uses, it brought to mind a movie that I saw many years ago.
God, you might not want to reveal this on air. You know we're on the
There's a movie called King of New York. You ever seen that?
I don't know.
Christopher Walken and Lawrence Fishburne.
Maybe. I can't say for sure.
There's a scene early on in the movie, and it's with Lawrence Fishburne, and there's a drug deal that's going to take place. And so these guys, the one side has the money, and the other side has the drugs.
Good on Will Cry.
And they exchange suitcases, and the one guy's open up the suitcase that's supposed to have the drugs in it, and it's full of tampons, right? And they pull them out and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And Lawrence Fishburne says, "That's for the bullet holes, motherfucker." He fucking breaks out of then, his whole crew breaks out their guns. They start shooting the place up, kill a bunch of guys. Good movie.
I'll have to make sure I go back and watch
King of New York. I highly recommend it.
I think we shut down the podcast now because I am
classic
so wanting to see that
movie
right now.
I'm just saying.
We'll go watch it before we go to the roller derby.
Well, if you were in the car with me, we could have watched it on the way down, Dan.
Oh, Rob,
King of New York.
You know what?
Have you ever seen it?
Rob's getting upset.
I haven't. I don't think I have.
I think you're sad. I think you're sad that Dan's not riding with you.
I'm going to be sad if I don't see Dan broke down on the side of the road when I drive by him. That is going to make me very sad.
You going to do the toodaloo, motherfucker.
Shall say hi. Shall King of Road.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna tell you my route. I might take a different route.
Well, I'm going to go a different route then.
Will Curry says it's on Prime, Amazon Prime right now.
King of New York.
Yeah. I will look for it.
Good movie.
I will look for it. I think I've seen it, but I can't.
I might have seen parts of it, and it probably didn't keep my interest, which is why it's not really resonating currently. I don't know. It does sound familiar.
And Lawrence Fishburne, I like him.
I do too. So moving on. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a great week.
I cannot wait.
Stay
for
tuned.
The next couple days just to hear the bullshit going back and forth between Dan's departure time, your departure time.
So what time are you thinking you're getting there on Tuesday? Oh, shit. You're getting limp. You better take a blue chew, motherfucker. His mic just rolled down like a limp dick.
Did you see that?
Where's our fucking producer at? Oh, wait, shit. I'm sitting right here.
It's age,
God
Dan.
damn it.
Dan's got the oldest mic, and it's going limp on him right now. When are you planning on getting down there on Tuesday?
I'm thinking I've got
oh, Jesus.
Got a couple
A
things.
simple fucking question.
I'm just working this out in my head right now. But if I can get a couple things done early in the morning, I might leave
on Tuesday.
No, on Monday.
Oh, that's right. You're making it a 2-dayer.
On Monday, I might hit the road. Maybe 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Drive till maybe 3 or 4, and then wherever I'm at, get a hotel and call it a day, and then get up bright and early the next morning and jam on into
jam on in.
Into Clayton, right?
How funny would it be to watch?
Rob was hoping you'd ride with him. You guys are going to jam it on.
I'm not jamming anything with Rob.
You're not jamming shit on me. I'm going to jam it on you.
So petrified to ride with him makes me laugh so hard because I can only imagine what.
Well, you've heard all the rhetoric.
I have
over the last several weeks.
I've heard the rhetoric for probably 5 years,
more than a month.
It's Rob.
I'm just saying.
He doesn't change.
I wish we had.
You don't think I have any reason to feel the least bit uncomfortable?
I'm not.
Trust me, you won't feel anything.
Hey, you do.
See, well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
And I'm going to say it again. You do you, boo-boo. If you don't feel comfortable in the close confines.
I'll bring the anal light.
No, I would feel much more comfortable on my Harley Road King going down to Clayton,
Don't you
North
wish
Carolina.
you had a GPS
But
tracker
I was hoping,
on Dan to see where he gets lost and how many fucking U-turns he has to make on this trip down?
I was so hoping for the videos of the trip down for the Instagrams, the Facebooks. We still have the Twitters. We could have posted all those videos.
I know.
Dan, we could have talked about two-factor authentication.
But I understand why you're petrified. I get it.
It's gonna be fucking great.
Why does Rob have
Does
a
North
bottle?
Carolina have a helmet law?
Why does?
Do you know?
Well, you should probably check that
I
out.
gotta look that up.
Since you're the one that's
I
fucking.
think I got to
riding.
look up
This
West
is-
Virginia.
We'll show the body cam of
I think West
the live
Virginia took
update of
theirs away.
Dan's
I
clarification
think
on the
West,
helmet
West
laws.
Virginia has one. I
I think they took theirs away.
Did they? I have to look that up.
But if you're planning a trip, yeah, you should probably.
No,
know
I
that.
will be compliant.
These are the things that we're
With
talking about. The pre-planning.
Hey, is
I got a
sodomy,
new helmet too. I got one of those small ones.
is sodomy illegal in North Carolina?
Way big.
We got to find that out real quick, Dan.
Do you know in Kentucky they just made it illegal for an aunt or an uncle to have sex with their niece?
You know, it used
Do
to
you
be. It's been illegal for a while to have sex with your first cousin in Kentucky. And Ohio just passed a law on it 3 years ago, I believe. I'm not shitting you. And Ohio just passed a sodomy law where it was illegal in Kentucky to have sodomy. Ohio just passed one.
I heard Rob Sanders talking about this, and he was talking about the law was so poorly written that it was illegal for an underage niece or nephew, I guess, to have sex with their aunt or uncle, but it wasn't illegal the other way around. Is how poorly written that law was.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle Dan. We'll just have to wait
I'm
till we
just
get
saying.
outside of Kentucky
Weren't-
before we
weren't
stop.
Weren't we talking the other day about was it the Whitakers, that inbred family? Were we talking about on here? I can't remember if we
I
were
don't think
talking
we
about
were
it on
here.
the podcast. But all the inbreds and they had like double cousins and shit.
Oh, the blue people in West Virginia. I hope his
The blue-
I hope his fucking bike breaks down there. Oh my god, he comes into Clayton looking like a Smurf. Fucking all the inbreeding, the hue of their skin has turned blue.
Oh my god!
I'll give. Hey, you know what? You take some Pez and an old Oxy container, Dan. That way, in case you need to get laid, it's a West Virginia mating call, bro.
When
Yeah,
I worked in
you should probably watch the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
The Wild and
before you
Wonderful
go.
Carols of West Virginia coming
I worked
to
in
Netflix.
Greensboro,
It's one of the
soon.
greatest documentary movies I've
when I
ever
worked
seen.
in Greensburg, we had a family like that, a bunch of inbreds, and they were always in the news because the sheriff had to go out there, and there was like one brother who killed the other one time.
One time or twice?
This ain't one.
I mean, if he killed him one time,
He only
he just
killed him
killed
one
him.
time.
Oh, okay. So he killed him.
But I remember that was a big news story.
Can imagine.
Yeah,
Is it that big of a story though in that area for the inbreeding or the murder? Because I would think the inbreeding
well,
would be kind of.
it's not because they were inbred, but the family was in the news. I mean, in the news.
In
at
the
least
nude?
The news in the
Oh.
news.
I'm sorry. I thought
And
you
this
said
is small town, Decatur County, Indiana, and which is a lot bigger now that they've got the Honda plant out there.
Is that where those two girls
But
were murdered in the woods? I think they just recently arrested the guy, or was that Decatur or Delphi? I
was that
can't
Ripley
remember.
County or Decatur County?
I can't remember.
The news voice of Decatur County
Oh,
is,
boy, here
is
we
where
go.
we is where
Decatur
I
or
was in radio.
Delphi. So one of the two. They just arrested a guy for that murder. I mean, that'd be a great show. And I've reached out a couple of times to Failure to Stop on Tuesday, Andrea, in regards to a couple of unsolved murders or recently solved murders up here, just to spotlight them. And damn, I've been big time.
But there was an
your
incident.
and now your friend is big time in here and doesn't want to ride with you.
There was an incident.
Are we
one time.
catching a pattern? I'm just trying to figure out if
Yeah,
we're
we're-
catching a pattern or not.
A careless pattern.
A careless.
Just like George Michael, Careless Whisper.
Careless Whispers?
That's right.
That
gonna
song
play
was
that song.
big, man, back in the day. And when
Oh my god! You
I used to go to the nightclubs out in California, that song was on all the time.
What
That-
kind of nightclub?
the nightclubs.
The nightclubs.
Why did they have to fuck with him jerking off in a bush by a pool?
I guess.
Remember when he got arrested for that? Wasn't it George Michael that got arrested for that and Pee Wee Herman was jerking off in a gay fucking porn cinema?
Yeah.
I think it was just a porn. I don't know. It was a
Well,
gay
George
porn
Michael
cinema,
got caught
It was outside a pool house.
tugging his root somewhere, but
but tugging his root. Holy
He,
shit!
when we had that story on the
God,
news,
I feel like my grandpa's still alive.
we had that story on the news that night. I don't know why it was on. I don't even know why that's a
It
news
was
story.
fucking George Michael.
But,
well, nobody was fucking George Michael other than George Michael, but it was George Michael. That's why it was on the news.
But Jack Atherton was our anchor back then, and came up with one
He
of the.
jacked after him?
No, Jack Atherton is the
Oh,
name
shit.
was
You
the
got to
name of our
enunciate. I
news
can't
anchor.
understand. All right.
And he came up with one of the greatest lines ever. He said, "Well, George Michael's career has really gone solo."
After Wham, baby. He took it on his own. Took matters into his own hand and started George Michael. Well, he wasn't an amputee.
I mean, we used to have fun back in the Channel 19 days when we were doing news back then. And you remember Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Oh,
you remember the Jeffrey Dahmer case, right?
Never heard of him.
Who is
Never
that?
heard of him.
The
Weird.
Oh, was he the guy at Drake Hospital?
No, Dahmer. He's the guy that was
dumber?
eating people. The guy, the
New York guy.
No, he was up in fucking, where was he? Like in Kent or something like that.
Fucking Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee, whatever.
Oh,
But no,
he used to do the hetero. Yeah, he was taking the chicks in the
No, he's the guy-
VW.
Oh my god, Dan!
He would
Holy
eat people.
shit! The train.
No, the VW
You
Beetle.
walked right across the tracks, and the train just fucking hit you.
He had the
I'm just-
VW Bug.
No, I don't think. No, that's not Jeffrey Dahmer. Was that Dahmer?
No.
No, that was
I don't
Ted
think-
Bundy. My bad. That was
Definitely
from
not.
Seattle on down. Yeah. Yep. Colorado, Florida State. No, I know who Jeffrey Dahmer is.
Yeah,
He lived
everybody-
in Ohio,
every-
Northern Ohio. He used to dissect dead animals on the side of the
Jeffrey
road.
Dahmer,
Got a little fucked up.
He gets convicted. He goes to prison, and this was before he was killed in prison. There was a story came out
Jesus Christ!
that his mother was complaining about the treatment that her son was getting while he was in prison. Right, that her son, the cannibal, who was eating people. We had a producer. I forget her name. God, I forget her name, but she came up with a chyron. And do you know what a chyron is, Rob?
No.
A chyron is
I actually just went to my safe space. when
like
you
see
started
see on our screen right there where it says one more and I'm out of here in the blue blue right
Yes.
there. That's called a lower third in the TV business. So it's called a chyron.
In the biz.
So the chyron, like, will say the name of the person talking or to have some information on there.
Mm.
So for the chyron, for that, we were doing this story about Jeffrey Dahmer's mom complaining about the treatment her son was getting in prison. And the producer came up with this chyron. It said, "What's eating mom?"
Oh my god!
Oh shit! I was just gonna ask this before you got to the punchline
Now
on
you
that.
got to admit that's funny.
Do you think?
that's hilarious.
Do you think the guy that was eating her out on a regular basis thought about that? I am eating Jeffrey Dahmer's mom, who ate a bunch of homosexuals. Did he engage in cunnilingus? That'd be a good book.
So Deadleg said, "My neighbor Jeff," and just like every person that's on the news, oh, he was the nicest guy. He kept to himself.
Well, that's why the mass murderers never kill their neighbors,
That's right.
because there's got to be someone on the news who says he seemed like an okay guy to me.
He helped me with my groceries.
We should each. I mean, I've always been curious
I never knew.
what my neighbors would say if some salacious thing broke. You know, like they
I can
found.
only imagine.
No, we should each act like reporters and go to each other's neighbor's house and say, "Did you hear about Mr. Kiefer?" But tell them at the end we're making this up. It's just we're curious. Now, Dan's neighbors are moving away at an alarming rate, so we'll have to act fast with our whatever
We'll
fake
have to
news
act
story.
fast.
Because Kerry Wolfengle is in some serious business at Dan's house. But it'd be interesting just to see what they say. He was always quiet.
Except for
nice
Short, I
guy.
can't get him to move.
He'd wave.
He would wave every time I
Yeah.
drove down the street.
Yeah, he'd wave. He was a nice guy.
He walked his little dog.
I think he volunteered with orphans and small children. He might have been big brother, big sister.
Who's got a Varner read?
I think I gave it to you, the copy.
Oh boy, Here
we'll
we
have to
go.
print a new one off.
Again.
I'll get it.
Again, unprofessional as shit.
Yeah, it is very. So, Varner Foundation for Children. The Varner Foundation for Children is a 501c3 or 503c3. It's charitable, and they 100% of your contribution goes to the children. That's right, 100%, not 90%. There are no cuts out. 100% of your donation goes to helping the children. And what they do is, so these foster families, unexpected emergencies happen where unexpected costs come up, new tires, brakes, some kind of water heater broken. The Varner Foundation steps in at that point in time and provides them funding to get that remedied right away. So there is no interruption in the health and safety of the child, as well as clothing the child when emergencies happen, layoffs, etc. Varner Foundation is a great cause. And again, 100% of all proceeds donated to the Varner Foundation go directly to helping those children in foster care. Feel free to donate at varnerfoundation.com.
Org.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Org. It's not a
You
com.
were doing great.
I was doing great. Or Dan Varner is a prolific person in the Anderson Township community, and he'd be more than welcome to answer any questions, or he'd be more than happy, not welcome, to answer any questions you might have in regards to the Varner Foundation. And I will tell you this, there is a fundraiser coming up for the Varner Foundation. They do it every summer. I think it was at Deadlow last year.
I think so.
Down in the bottom, not Dead Legs, but Deadlow. And it's a great turnout, great time. Hopefully the weather's going to be great again wherever they do it. But
we got to get Dan back on the show again.
Normally
Been a little while.
outside. And the woman that runs it, the Varner Foundation for Children, will be there and be able to answer questions, help you out. And if you want to learn more information in regards to the Varner Foundation, go to thevarnerfoundation.org or attend the fundraiser coming up in the next couple of months. You will see such characters as Jason Kiefer, Dan Carroll, and myself there if Dan makes it back from Clayton or even down to Clayton. Thank you, Dan Varner, for all you do for us. One more and I'm out of here. And appreciate you 100%.
Helped us out a ton. Oh,
shit, I need to get another bucket of beers. Good old Bud Light. Some Dylan Mulvaney beers.
It's been a little while since we had Dan Varner on the show. We should get him back on.
We'll get him back on. Get him and Nick and
talk about what all the boys from the band would be excellent.
Oh, Varner Netherton Revival, one of my other favorites.
And that reminds me, Jason told me.
What about Ohio Valley?
Earlier today that we've got a podcast coming up with our buddies Gamble and Finn.
Yes.
And that
420.
That is a podcast to look. Mark that on your calendars. 420.
That's going to be a good one.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
We'll be high as shit that day.
420. It's after we come back from Clayton.
Have you ever done marijuana, Dan?
I mean, the stuff from Clayton is going to be great. But
it's a Thursday.
Gamble and Finn are a radio combo that have been together for years, and the stuff that they do is just funny, topical, hilarious, excellent observations on the world around us. And these guys, this podcast could easily, with Gamble and Finn, could easily go 2 hours. It could. I mean, the way these guys just look at the world and comment on what's happening around us.
Which one did you date?
I didn't date any of them. I'm just saying.
Gushing right now with the promo.
Because I'm very excited. I know them both. I used to work with both of them.
Oh, they're awesome.
And
they're awesome. I mean, I'm just
they're fantastic.
All right.
And they're big fans of our podcast, which is a feather in our cap that they know of our podcast. I mean,
they know of us because
Finn has
Twitter.
been here when I think he was here for the Stuart Scheller.
Yeah,
he was definitely here for the Marty Brenneman.
He was here also for Merrill Hodge.
Merrill Hodge.
Yeah. But make a note. April 20th,
420. It's very easy to remember. 420 is the International Pot Smoking Day, and we'll be
Why
lights
is that?
up, wheels up, and Dan will be high as
Why
shit
is 420
circling the
the
area as if
International
he's doing
pot
the
smoking
helicopter shit again.
and doing drug.
I like the fact you said, "Do you do marijuana?"
Have you ever done marijuana, Dan? If I bring edibles, are you in?
I honestly, I have never done an edible.
You just smoke? You smoke
But
bongs?
I'm of that age when back in the day I did partake. Yes.
If we did a hair follicle test, would you be negative?
So is that asked and answered?
Yes.
Okay.
Asked and answered.
Thank you.
Asked. Not asked.
Asked. Just like the other question you asked.
You are an ass. I understand that. But
No,
yes, it was answered. All right. Asked and answered.
What other question do you have?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We'll find out when we take a shower together down in Clayton.
We are super excited to get down to Clayton and hang out.
And you're leaving tomorrow, man.
I am. David J's already
almost
down
24 hours from right now. You're going to be getting on that big bird.
The big bird.
You'll be rolling into the airport anyway.
Yeah. Drunk.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to today's episode. This one brought to you by Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney.
No, it's
Stay
not.
tuned tonight for shorts in regards to the Roller Girls from Cincinnati taking on Louisville at the Cintas Center at Xavier University.
But when we're in Clayton, we don't know if we're gonna. We might jump in a podcast with our buddies from.
We have no idea what's happening.
You know, you're going to jump into a
Failure
band
to
with
stop.
somebody.
We're there as guests, and we are going to
that's
hang
it.
out, and we are going to see how it
goes.
Are we
How it
bringing
rolls.
our equipment down?
No.
No. Okay. So tonight,
Except
Cintas
maybe for
Center.
the camera.
I mean, we can.
Xavier University.
We could do a hotel room podcast.
Deadleg's got enough equipment for all of us.
We saw it.
He's got a lot of stuff.
Stay tuned to our socials, YouTube for shorts tonight. It should be a good time. Cincinnati Roll Girls taking on Louisville. Fuck Louisville. Fuck you, Dexter. I know you're from Louisville, so we're gonna beat your asses tonight.
Because we actually give a shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go down there, man. We're gonna. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. Dan's gonna sub in if needed.
They serve beer there at the.
I sure as hell hope so.
If they don't, I'm leaving.
Oh, it'll be the shortest roller girl trip ever.
It'll be the shortest trip.
They got us for a beer.
They have to.
I mean, why else would you go down and watch a bunch of people roller skate sober on a Saturday night?
Not doing it.
No. It'll be good. Stay tuned. We'll also fill you in on how Dan's phone call with Paula goes. And
that'll be another.
Actually,
short
Paul
reel.
and I have been texting during the whole show here.
That'll be another short reel.
And
we'll post it.
We'll fill you in. So you guys are in the know, and some others will know. And there is a roller skater called No.
Don't forget about the Subscribe-a-Palooza.
Subscribe-a-Palooza, youtube.com.
Send us your screenshots of your subscription to the YouTube channel, the downloads, the rates and reviews.
Social.
Send them to us.
Don't look for Dan Carroll on Twitter, no mas. But you can find one more, and I'm out of here on Twitter, as well as Facebook, Instagram,
people have tried to tag
TikTok,
me on Twitter, and they're like, dude,
Snapchat.
your account is totally gone.
Speaking of Snapchat, too, so you're going to have to pay attention on our Snapchat account. When we get down to Clayton and Dan's in the shower inebriated,
Snapper chat.
We will try to answer that question, but we're going to ask real quick.
What is
it
a snapper?
disappears.
What's a snapper, Rob?
I'll show you a snapper.
And I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do with the Snapchat. I didn't even know that we had it.
I think I got drunk one night.
I think you probably did.
But it'll disappear. But we'll take a photograph. But let's ask Dan real quick and find out what's going on. Dano, do you manscape?